Hi, everybody. My name is Evan. I work at the Study Abroad office. I'm the Education Abroad assistant. I studied abroad a couple summers ago in Scotland for the summer, and it was amazing, and it was a wonderful experience. And that's why I work for the office today, really, is to help people, study abroad and have that experience because I'm so passionate about it. And that's why we all really do work for the office as well. Uh, Thank you so much for watching this video. This is a very odd time for everybody. So thank you for connecting with us. I please want to let everyone know that if you have any questions, of course, please reach out to us, send us an email because we're more than happy to help with any and all questions. Before I get started, though, with my presentation, I do want to mention that with the situation with COVID-19, you might have a question about are my programs or are these programs going to still run? And I just want to let everybody know that we do anticipate that things will get better by the time of these programs happening. And so that's why I want to tell everyone about all these programs. Of course, we are keeping an eye on the situation. As we know, it is a fluid situation. It changes every day. So we will always keep an eye on that. But as of right now, all these programs are still going on. So that's why we're here today. Or that's why I'm here today to tell you all about them. Um, so some reasons to study abroad. Now, there's so many reasons to study abroad. I could sit here all day and name them all, but there's five that I usually like to talk about. Number one being meet a variety of different people. Now, when I studied abroad, I met so many different people, and there were so many different amazing people that I got to meet. And I think the thing that's really interesting is that you're in a similar situation with as everybody else. You're all in the same boat together, and you kind of learn together and grow together, and you really get close with a lot of people, and that's kind of something that I felt. You can learn a foreign language. I think this is really interesting because you kind of immerse yourself in like a culture and a language and kind of really get all wrapped up in that. And I think it's a really, really cool and interesting opportunity to do so. You can also take classes that will transfer back to your program. Now, I think this is really interesting because you're able to take core classes that you're only going to be able to take at Stout, and let's say Greece or Scotland or Australia, places like that. And I think that's a really, really cool opportunity that you'd be able to do that. You can also gain something that we like to call soft skills. Now, soft skills are essentially things that you kind of learn and experience, but they're not really something that you can put on your resume. So, for example, it's independence, communication skills, team building, things like that, that you kind of feel, but you don't necessarily put on your resume. And of course, things you can put on your resume. This is a great thing to put on your resume. I know in several job interviews that I've been involved in, we've had extensive conversations about my time abroad. And I think it's a very, very impressive and interesting thing that you can talk about and mention. Some proven benefits for studying abroad. A lot of people find GPA increase after returning. I know I felt this as well. We have 18% higher graduation rate as well. 90% placement into first or second graduate choice programs. Of course, 75% of employers seek a global perspective. $23 million or $23 million jobs are involved in United States trade. A lot of jobs are involved with international companies, and I think, in my personal opinion, that is something that's going to grow exponentially within the next 10 years. I think that a lot of companies will be growing their international, who they talk with, communicate with internationally, and of course, 17% higher earnings. So that'd be $7,500 more than a $44,000 a year average salary, which is an average Stout student salary. So that'd be 17% higher earnings more. So let's say you made $65,000 a year, that would be 17% higher. So whatever that number looks like. Some common study abroad myths that I have seen, and I know a lot of people in the office have seen them as well. I can't afford it. It'll put me behind for graduation. I can't study abroad with my major, and I don't speak the language. Now, all these are very, very understandable questions to ask and worries, maybe. But I can say without a shadow of doubt that if you have one of these questions or something like that is worrying you, please come and talk to us because we can work with all these things. We can help you out with any of these questions and more. So don't worry if you have any of these concerns or questions because we're here to help you out with all that type of thing. When, where, and how long. So you can study abroad from 1 week up to 1 year. There's a lot of fluctuation in between there. We have 50 plus different countries with 300 different locations. And I always like to make the joke that the only place we don't send students is Antarctica. But I mean, who knows? Maybe that'll change within a year or two. I have no idea. You never know. But just to show that we have a lot of different places and places that we send people, a lot of different opportunities for students and faculty as well. Some of the programs that we do offer. So we offer faculty-led programs. Now, essentially, faculty-led programs are designed by the professor for the students. They're very course specific. They're designed to get you out in the field, kind of working with different people and different things. They're not really something that you would see in a regular Stout classroom. For example, one of the things that we offer for a faculty-led program this summer is a road trip across Mongolia. Now that is just an example of a very unique type of course that you would find with this faculty-led program. They're a lot shorter. A week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, very short, but they're designed to kind of get you out in the field and you really learn a lot from them. We also have exchange programs. Now, exchange program essentially means that you'd be paying Stout tuition while overseas. So the only thing that you have to cover is a plane ticket and maybe some personal expenses, but it is very similar to what you'd be paying for Stout tuition. The National Student Exchange is another exchange opportunity where you'd be paying Stout tuition, but you'd be staying within the United States or the United States territories. Now, I can talk more about the National Student Exchange later and get more into detail, but it's a very interesting opportunity as well. We also have direct enroll programs. Now, the Office of International Education, we partner with a lot of different third-party program providers that take students to a lot of different places. So if there's a place that you want to go that we don't quite offer for an exchange program, chances are we offer it for a directly enrolled program as well. And the prices are I've seen them be very similar to exchange programs. Sometimes they're a little bit more, and sometimes I've seen them less, which is actually interesting. We also have internships, field experiences, and co-ops as well, if that's something that you're interested in doing as well. So for programs that we offer, like I was talking about, so some of the faculty-led programs that we offer for the College of Arts, Communication, Humanities, and Sciences, we offer the Mythic Past of Modern Greece. That'll be in the spring. That's a history course. So if that's something that you need for a general education credit, that'd be something that I would look into. Concept Art in Japan. We also have the Game Design Careers and the GDC Experience as well. For faculty-led programs for the College of Education, Hospitality, Health, and Human Science, we have Heritage in Cuba. That's HDFS course. We have Global Experiences and Professionalism in Jamaica and Education in Cozumel in Mexico. We also have for STEM, some of the faculty-led programs, like I was talking about, the Engineering Road Trip across Mongolia. That'll be for the summer. We also have the Natural History of the Neotropics. Now, that is a biology course in wind term. I know everybody needs a biology course, or a lot of people need biology courses for general education, so that'd be something to look into as well. Fashion, Retail, and Study Tour. And, of course, we have Manufacturing and Culture in Costa Rica as well. And so for the faculty-led programs, a lot of these I've already mentioned, but Mythic Past of Modern Greece, it's a history course. Education in Cozumel, the Natural History of the Neotropics, like I said, bio course if you need to take that. And of course, Quidditch and Beyond Sociology of Leisure. That's in Scotland, so I'll rep Scotland all the time. So if you need a sociology course, that'd be something I would look into as well. We also have the semester and academic year programs. So here's a lot of the places that we send students: Australia, Fiji, New Zealand, England, Germany. As you can see on the list there, the list goes on and on. There's a lot of different interesting places that you can go. So I talked about earlier the National Student Exchange. Now, the National Student Exchange, I think, is one of the most unique things that we offer. If you didn't want to go all the way overseas, you can stay within the United States, in the United States territories. One of the coolest things I think about the National Student Exchange is the fact that you can take courses that aren't offered at Stout, but they'll transfer back to Stout. Now, the example I always like to give is that one of my really good friends, Arthur, really loves making podcasts and doing stuff with radio, but we don't really offer anything like that at Stout. But he was able to go to New York for a year and take classes on podcasts and radio and all that fun stuff. And now he has a successful radio show in New York too, which I think is very cool. You can also make industry connections as well, and of course, check out grad schools. We have 150 campuses to choose from, and of course, the deadline's February 15th. So depending on when you're watching this, there's some time left to kind of be able to check out schools and check out classes and things that they might offer. Of course, there's Spanish abroad courses as well. So we have courses for Mexico, Chile, and Costa Rica, kind of winter, semester, summer, a lot of different programs there as well. How much will it cost? Obviously, that's a very important question for everybody. So all our program estimates are online. What's very cool is every single program has a cost estimate on there, and that's it kind of just shows how much you need to pay and kind of an estimate for a plane ticket, things like that. We also want to let you know financial aid is applicable. I always think it's a good idea to talk to your financial aid advisor and talk with them through everything that's going on, talk with them about finances and how much the trip will cost and everything like that. It's always good to be on the same page as far as what finances are. And of course, we have apply for all our scholarships and grants. You can just check on our website to see what you're eligible for. What's really cool is we have a little description underneath each individual scholarship or grant, and they kind of explain what it is and how you would qualify for it. How do you apply? You just go into UW-Stout, study abroad, type that into Google, or go to this website here that you can see, and you apply online. Of course, talk with us, talk with one of our study abroad advisors if you have any questions, and of course, you complete your study abroad application online, like I said. We're on Facebook and Instagram, and we have a blog and Connect as well. So if you're interested, check any of those out. We are posting. And of course, with everything going on with COVID, we obviously we're not able to do regular walk-in hours, but we do have virtual walk-in hours. So you've from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. If you have any questions, please come and ask. Make an appointment at this link that you can see here. Of course, if those times don't work for you, other times can be booked pending availability. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, ask them, because we are here to help with any questions you might have. But thanks again so much for watching and listening, and wherever you might be doing. I hope everyone is staying safe, and thank you.